Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? I am Jeff Grant Media. In today's video, we're going to be taking a 3-month look at my Brave Star True Straight Uppercut jeans. So it is now time for my 3-month update for my Brave Star Gauntlet jacket. And I went back and looked at my videos and I saw that I actually have also been wearing the Brave Star True Straight Uppercuts for 3 months. And seeing as the two jackets that it was down to for me trying for the Red Line Rally this year was either the Uppercut jacket or the Gauntlet jacket, and I ended up going with the Gauntlet solely because I asked Miss Hazel Fantastic which of these two fabrics she liked better, and the Uppercut is a little bit stiffer when it's brand new, even though it's lighter weight. She liked the feel of the Gauntlet, so I went with the Gauntlet, and that's the reason I went with the Gauntlet jacket. But I was also then sent a pair of the True Straight Uppercuts so I can see how the material wears. And now I've been wearing them for 3 months, and I will say the first month I basically wore these jeans, only these pants for 30 days basically. I think I logged it, I want to say out of like 30 days I wore them for like, I think 28, maybe 26 days out of 30 or 31 days. It was an even number, so I wore them a lot. And then after that period, I did my full review, and I've kind of been cycling them. I'll wear them for a couple days in a row. I'll do a few things in them, and then I'll cycle to a different pair of pants. But recently, last weekend, I was helping a buddy do some work, and I will say I didn't get as dirty as I thought I was going to get, but the work was more intense than I thought we were going to be doing. So I beat the ever-loving out of these jeans last weekend, and it was an amazing test of the pants. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that, as well as show what the fades are looking like after 3 months of some pretty decent wear on these pants. You can see I have not washed them. They're a little dirty back there. There's probably some dirt all on the knees still. So I have not washed these jeans since I wore them working in them last weekend. And in fact, I have not washed these jeans at all. I've only done a couple of cold soaks. I believe I did 3 cold soaks. I am going to put some laundry detergent in, some Dr. Bronner's in the bin, and hand wash these once we're done with this video and kind of see what they come up, see if any of that indigo lifts with a little bit of laundry detergent. But I have not actually washed these yet. I have only done several cold soaks on them. When they got a little stinky, I cold soaked them, and it really helped to take that odor away. It removed a lot of that sweat and grime from my body, as well as my initial cold soak took a lot of that starch out of the material. But as you can see, they have been worn and they have not been washed since we did some actual outdoor work in them. And I will say, in my full review, I said the thighs were a little tight on me. And I'll say for me, that's my fault, not the pants. I didn't look at the thigh or the rise measurement when I was looking at the True Straight fit jeans. I wanted something to fit like a Levi 501, but I did not take into consideration that I do have thicker thighs. I grew up skateboarding and snowboarding. I'm also a distance runner. I don't run nearly as much as I used to, but I still run quite a bit. And right when I got these jeans, I had just started running. I was probably a month or two into really getting back into running. So I went from running 1 or 2 days a week to running like maybe 4 or 5 days a week again. I used to run 6 days a week, took 1 day off after my long run. I digress. My thighs have gotten bigger again because I'm running. So the pants in the thighs for me were a little tight when I first got them, even after a month. But after 3 months of wear and use, they did stretch out a little bit. They're still a tiny bit tight depending upon which awkward way I'm going to bend my body. But they did stretch out and they fit me much better after 3 months than they did after 1 month. So I will say, if you have thick thighs, you might want to go with the strongman fit, or give them 2 or 3 months. They will stretch out even more and they might fit you a little bit better. But I will say that first month it was a little tight in the thighs and the groin area until I started to get that little bit of stretch. And after 3 months, they fit me really good. And I did wear these on an almost vertical hill. So we're at my buddy's house. He has a wide yard, but some of it's not usable. It's on a big, steep hill. So we wanted to clear that to weed whack it. His goal is to level it, put some retaining blocks in there, and make a seating area. It'll be really nice if we ever actually get that far. We talked about it for a couple of years, and so far we've only cleared the hill. So that's what we were doing. We were clearing the hill. We were weed whacking. When the weed whackers weren't cutting it, we were using a sickle. I was literally swinging a sickle around for about an hour. Shoulders, they still are a little sore after doing it a week ago. I have to remember I am in my 40s and no longer in my 20s. And all that while I was wearing, working in, and falling down in my Uppercut jeans. And they worked out really, really well, especially with some of that heavier debris when we were weed whacking. And then we borrowed an edger with a metal blade and then that really sent some of the thicker brush flying through the air. And I will say I took a lot of stuff to the shins, and the uppercut, it definitely helped make that feel a lot better, because I also took some of that brush to the forearms, and I can say when it hit, it was stinging pretty badly. But when I was taking it to the shins and the thighs and the legs, it did not hurt at all, because the uppercuts, being a 16.5 ounce denim, were protecting me nicely. So 16.5 ounce denim is a good denim to work in. It's a good weight. It was probably about 70 degrees or so when it was overcast. It was a little chilly. Then the sun came out, we were sweating to death. But I wasn't dying. I didn't sweat enough that my jeans felt like they were just stuck to me, because working in jeans, oftentimes in the hot heat, it's terrible working in jeans like a heavyweight denim, 23 ounces, in hot heat, not a great idea. But 16.5 ounce was a great weight for that like 70, maybe low 70 degree day. That was a mix of overcast and sun. I was still able to completely move around, even though I was sweating a lot when the sun came out. I wasn't sweating enough that the jeans were completely stuck to my legs and I lost all mobility. So the 16.5 ounce denim was a good weight to work in, and it was also a really good weight to protect a lot of that flying debris that was hitting me. But let's talk about the fades that we're getting now after 3 months of wear. Across the pockets, we're seeing some nice whiskers forming, as well as a cell phone fade in my left pocket. Inside my left pocket, we're getting some interesting wear marks here. That would be from my watch band rubbing against the pocket when I was reaching in to get my phone out. It's kind of faint and hard to see on the camera, but I do actually have a guitar pick in this fifth pocket that I've had in here since I've had them. There's a little bit of a wear mark, but not really much of anything. And unless you see it with the naked eye, you honestly wouldn't be able to tell it was there. Coming down the thighs to the knees, we are seeing some wear. The knees are a little bit hard to see right now just because we have all of this dirt that's still on the pants because I didn't wash them. But the knees are both starting to wear out nicely. There are some good fades starting here. Again, hard to see because they are still dirty and there is still quite a bit of dirt and debris from weed whacking on them. Across the waistline of the back, we can see a little bit of fading going on from my belt. And the leather patch is actually fading a little bit here. We can see a lighter mark here on the top, probably where my belt is rubbing just a little bit more. Down the center seam, you can see some nice fade and wear going on here because this is where it is raised up. If we go to my back right pocket, in addition to the dirt and grass stains from the other day, we can see a nice wallet fade forming. But the best fading on these jeans is right here in the crotch area. We definitely have some really high contrast fading going on. And this was actually happening even before I went working in them and was really bending and moving in crazy awkward positions on that long, steep hill. This has definitely got some really good wear going on here. And I'm really hoping that this fade carries on and spreads out a little bit more and covers more of the seat and legs. Coming down along the back of each legs, we are seeing some honeycombing going on, but honestly, I think we're getting more creasing than actual fading going on in these back honeycombs, which does seem a little bit odd to me, seeing as how much I've worn and sweated in these pants. I would think that they would have a little bit more fading in the high points, but yeah, we are definitely seeing more creasing than fading going on here. Either way, it's still looking good, and it's only going to get better with age. So that's where we are with 3 months of wear on our Brave Star Selvage True Straight Fit 16.5 ounce uppercut jeans. I will say, first time I got these, first time I wore them around a little bit, I thought, I'm not sure if I'm going to like these jeans. And honestly, that was 100% my fault. I didn't consult the size guides. I didn't measure my own thighs. I was looking at the leg opening, the waist opening. I wasn't thinking about the thighs and the rise. And then I got them and I realized I've got thick thighs. I've done active sports my whole life. I'm a distance runner as an adult. I just needed a different cut of the jeans. The material itself, it was quite stiff when you first got them, but as you wore them and broke them in, it's feeling very, very nice now. The reason that I ended up going with the gauntlet as instead of the uppercut, because I had both of those options for the Ironside jacket to choose for the Red Line Rally, was I couldn't decide. I asked Miss Hazel Fantastic which one she liked. She felt both these materials brand new. The gauntlet was a lot softer than the uppercut. And I will say the gauntlet does feel like a nice pair of thick sweatpants, but after breaking in the uppercut, it also feels very soft and very nice. Not necessarily sweatpants soft, but well broken in, worn in jeans soft. So these do break in quite a bit. So if you just got a pair of these uppercuts and any of the fabrics any of the cuts, the jeans, or the jackets. The material, it does start off quite stiff, but it breaks in nicely. I mean, do a cold soak, get a lot of those starches out. They'll soften up quite a bit right off the bat. And then what I did was I took these dry, no heat, and I threw them in the washing machine with 2 regular towels, and I just tumbled them. No heat, I just wanted to soften them up because I know putting on any pair of jeans, it doesn't matter if they're Selvage or a pair of well-worn Love jeans or pre-washed pair of jeans you just got. If you air dry denim, it is stiff as hell, and you need to hate yourself to wear those things without trying to break them in because they are just stiff and uncomfortable. So what I did was I took the dry jeans, I air dried these, put them in the dryer, no heat, 2 bath towels, tumbled them around for 10, maybe 15 minutes, and they came out great. And after that, they've been so soft and incredibly nice to wear. After 3 months, the thighs have stretched out quite a bit. I won't say ton, they don't look sloppy, but they stretched out enough that me, Mr. Thick Thighs, can fit in these no problem now. Doing all of that yard work on that crazy hill the other day, I was able to bend. I had full range of motion. Nothing was restricting me at all. So I'm pretty satisfied with these jeans. I would like to maybe try a pair of the Strongman fit just because I want to see how they hang, how they lay on my body. But overall, I'm very satisfied with the True Straight fit. I like the way they look at me. I like the way they feel. And they fit me really, really well after 3 months. They stretched out just enough in the thighs that I'm not getting any pinching or uncomfortable feelings or sensations in the groin area and in the thighs. So yeah, they do break in quite nicely. They will stretch just enough for you, but if you are thick thighs, you might want to look at maybe the Strongman cut as opposed to the True Straight because it was, the first month or so, they did stretch out a little bit, but after 3 months, they fit me really good. So it's going to be like a 3-month battle. If you got thick thighs and you want to wear the True Straight, you're going to have to work on them. The other materials might soften up better. I know the Cone Mills, my Cone Mills Ironside jacket, that softened up like right away. It feels really good, but I only have a jacket. I don't have pants in that. And that denim is getting a little bit more scarce by the day. So, the different denims though, they do offer the True Straight in several different types of denim. I'm sure all of those are going to wear, break in, and stretch out differently. But as for the Uppercuts, I'm satisfied with them. They do break in. If you had them, they feel stiff at first, but give it some time, work on them. They're going to feel really good after a little bit of wear, after some cold soaking, and I'm finally going to give these things a nice wash. So there you go. That's what we have with the Brave Star Selvage True Straight Fit 16.5 ounce Uppercut jeans after 3 months. Now I'm going to continue to wear these. I am hoping that my buddy has a couple more projects for us because I know I'm pretty much tapped out in my backyard. But now that it's fall and a lot cooler, this is when we really start to up our game with backyard projects. So I'm hoping he's got 1 or 2 in the books because I really want to wear these and see what kind of fades I can get actually working and sweating these. I'm kind of just daily wore these for the first couple of months I had them. Only now are we kind of gearing up for the projects because let's face it, when it's 95 degrees and 1,010% humidity and you're in your 40s, you certainly do not want to be outside in the sun building anything. I want to be in the air conditioning, drinking a daddy juice, letting the kids play. But now that the weather's cooling off, we got some projects. Hopefully, he's got some projects lined up. Mine are going to be more springtime projects, so I got to wait through the winter for that. But hopefully we got some more coming, and I will do some more updates on these jeans. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button and ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications the next time I post a brand new video. Good night.